Good morning and welcome to the program Perspectives on Invicta 98.9. This morning we're looking at the state of insecurity in the country. Now, the shocking news was that, assassination attempt on the governor of Benue State, Dr. Samuel Otom. Yeah, in the schools we're not safe. Citizens too are not safe all over the place. And we do know that we're having banditry and kidnappers on rampage. And so there has been call on declaring a state of emergency in security in Nigeria. But what all this is telling us is that Nigeria is turning out to be an unsafe nation. Now we all are still, grappling with what happened to students of the Afaka students, where we have the forestry school institution there. We're also talking about kidnap of CASU students, and all over the place kidnaps in our secondary schools, primary schools for now we've not had, but in secondary schools too. So the institutions are turning out not to be safe. But the attack on Governor Samuel Otom now has, taken another turn of the state of insecurity that we have before us. A governor with its security and gunmen will, have the effrontery to still go on attack. Now, what is that saying to us? So we're safe in Nigeria. Of course, we've had the governors, Northern Governors Forum, that have said that we must go after them. The IG too has given orders that the culprits must be fished out. From all over, it's coming out that they must be fished out. Even the presidency had declared that. Now that's to a governor, but to the ordinary citizens, who does anything? That's the question being asked today. My guest this morning, still trying to get him on, Dr. Umar Kari is of the Political Science Department, University of Abuja. He is to be my guest by phone this morning, but we're still trying him out. But just before Dr. Umar Kari comes online, we'll be sharing our thoughts with you out there about the state of insecurity in the country. And of course, now we have gotten it from the federal government that states should take over their forests. Now, that's the new one. Recall that the governor of Ondo State was the one that started it all, Akeredolu, saying that he would secure his forests because that's, what the Constitution allows him to do. The federal government, too, has come on that to say, yes, this time the state should secure their forests. Now, what all this will tell about the state of insecurity, we'll be sharing that. So let's talk, before my guest comes on board, about the state of insecurity in the country. Now, this is a very, very sensitive matter, and I know that some people will just be ready to ventilate as it is. But let's be civil with our comments here. Government is not sitting, resting on its oars. It's doing all it can, and that's the, what the Constitution has said about security, that it is the government that should secure lives and property of the people. And so it's not total condemnation that we should be having. It's to have a conversation about what we need to do. We've also been told by senior citizens of the country that secure yourselves. Recall that the Minister of Defense had come on that and said, let's go challenge the bandits too, challenge them. Of course, we knew what came out of that from citizens. We've also been told that we should, just be ready to secure our homes and all of that. In the wake of these too, recall the governor of one-time governor of Benue State, also, one-time Senate president, had come to say that, the state is not a weak state, that it can mobilize, its own security. Now, all of that is coming, the week of this attempt, assassination attempt on the person of Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State. We'll be talking about that. Let's just do this conversation before we get our guest, Dr. Umar Kari, on board with us this morning. And sure numbers to call to be part of this conversation: 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 800 989, 070 87 800 989. Let's hear you. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Can't hear you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning now. Yes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Tony, I love you. Good morning. My name is Musa Bala.
All right, Musa Bala, let's hear you.
Yes, good morning to Invicta families. And let me quickly talk about the unfortunate insecurity that is ravaging the country. It's something that all people must be concerned and all hands must be on deck to ensure that, on the table to ensure that we collectively deal with the problem. But most times, when dealing with the problem, we add up to the problem. What do I mean by add up to the problem? It's very simple. Instead of us to go after the crime or the criminals, we now decide to go after the ethnicity of the criminals. And it has been compounding our problem for long. And so long we keep chasing the race, we increase the problem, it will continue multiplying to the extent that it will be very, very difficult to be solved. Because nobody in the whole world can ever defeat any race. If Hitler cannot do it in the past 70 years, I don't think anybody can do it now. Even if that race is only occupying a local government, so long you decide to go after that race, you will fail, and you will fail, and you will fail, because you will never achieve it. The attack on Governor Samuel Ortom is unfortunate. But the way sometimes most of us or most Nigerians narrate it and give it an impression that it was an ethnic agenda is so unfortunate. Some people are even saying that there will not be Nigeria. Some people are saying that enough is enough. And if I may ask, Governor Zulu was attacked twice in Nigeria, and heavens have never fallen. I'm not just fair attack on any other person, but if he's a governor, before the attack on Governor Otto, another governor was attacked, and even in the same Benue, almost all the governors in Benue State were attacked. I think one of the governors even lost his head in one of the attacks, and it was not giving ethnic coloration. Why are we now then in seeing that? It's unfortunate that the governor of River State was saying that the federal government should be responsible if anything happened to Otto. And we have never heard that the federal government should be responsible if anything happened to Zulu or any other person in Nigeria. So such a responsible statement coming from big people keep on, creating the problem more and more and more, as if it is only today in Nigeria that such criminality begins. So I'm calling on all people in Nigeria, if we are truly sincere that we want to deal with the problem, let us face the criminality, let us face the criminals. But for long, we keep mentioning and giving other people impression that this criminal activity is the work of an ethnic group. Honestly speaking, we are adding too much fuel into an existing fire.
Okay, Musa
and I think we'll come and take care of it. Good morning.
We got you on that. All right, Musa Bala, from his perspectives, and of course the coloration and narration given to state of insecurity and the perpetrators. We are all on that. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Kanya.
Good morning.
This is Yemi calling from Guningura.
Okay, Yemi from Guningura. All right, let's hear you.
Sir, I want to, in fact, it's an amazing thing. I'm as old as Nigeria. I've never seen such that you are passing through in Nigeria. Since I was born, I've never gone out of Nigeria. Experiencing this, I was a victim. I knew what I suffered. I knew the ransom I paid. No security in any area in this country any longer. We are living in panic and in fear. Honestly, we have various security agencies in this country, yet we are experiencing this. Kaduna is one of the worst states now that this evil is being perpetrated. I don't believe it's a retired general that is leading us in this country. Neither do I believe that we have, evil people are not among those security forces in this country. You can imagine tackling such evil for over 15 years, yet to be resolved. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing.
Yes,
it's very, very disgusting and provocative. Honestly.
Yes.
Good day, Mr. Tony Alabi. This is just the little I can offer for now.
Okay.
The solution to this problem is only God that can actually help us out. It's only God. Let's keep on crying on God. If you have not been a victim, you won't know what people are passing through in this country. Just few days ago, at my back here, 4 people were kidnapped. Can you imagine? People that were kidnapped at the forestry, the children, like they are there. Very close person to me has a daughter there. Can you imagine what they are passing through? In this country, it's rather too disturbing.
Okay.
Have a good day, Mr. Tony.
All right, Yemi, thank you on that. Yemi, coming from one that has, had this encounter with this, bandits or kidnappers, so to say, and from his perspectives there, it's that bad. It's that bad. We're still with your calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Awusko from Nasarawa.
Awusko, let's hear you.
I believe Nigeria is going through tough time, but it's insurmountable. The federal government should constitute a world.
Awusko. Okay, well, I hope you call back. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Charles, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm Engineer Manuel.
Engineer.
Yeah, you see, it's rather unfortunate the security challenges we're having in this country. I think the first primary responsibility of any government is to secure lives and property. And now what are we seeing? Even those that are chief security officers in the state being attacked, the world will become a man being the if with the security architecture that the governor of Benue State had and is being attacked by these criminals. But you see, one thing I need us to know, or we need to do, we have seen who are these criminals. Is it too difficult to declare these people terrorists? Because once upon a time, there were groups that rose up. They were doing protests. Even apart from that NSAS, that the federal government could tag them as a terrorist. Now, why is it that it's difficult for the federal government to tag these same people that we have seen their video? They have come out to tell us that it was politicians that invited them and they dumped them. Why can't they declare these people terrorists? And another thing, who are those politicians that invite these people into this country of ours? Are these politicians, are they not in this country with us? So let's stop pursuing shadows and go after the real thing. These people are known. They are not spirits. Not that they are not being known. Why is it so difficult to declare them terrorists? If we declare them terrorists, they shoot aside that Mr. President commanded. How many have they shoot aside? Let's declare these people terrorists, then we go after them. So that our gallant security forces will go after these people and bring them to book. Because a criminal is always a criminal. You see, I still stand with what the governor of Kaduna State says. That it's not going to negotiate with them. Why will you negotiate with criminal? Criminal does not have sympathy, does not have this thing for life, value for life. He takes life at will, and you are saying you want to negotiate with him. I think he should be dealt with as a criminal so that it will serve as a deterrent. The only thing I see that the government are not doing that's making me to be angry. Let them set an example with anyone that has been caught so that it serve as a deterrent. That is on that. Then concerning you see, I just even lack what to say. But the bottom line is government should rise to their responsibility. Their responsibility is to secure lives and property. I remember vividly when during election in 2014, thereabout, Mr. President said 3 months issue of insecurity will be things of the past. We have never had it be bad like this, that people will go to school and adopt children. In which administration have they done that? I stand to be corrected. If it's not now, even these people now have the audacity, they will go to somebody's house, adopt the person, ask for ransom. Now it has become a business. So how do we stop this thing? So people should not come and try to convince Nigeria. This issue of insecurity belongs to everybody. Until they begin to give us a proper accountability of security vote they are collected, so that we know where this money is going and where. Now look at what the security advisor says, that $1 billion cannot be accounted for that was given for arms. Are we looking at another the city again under this administration of integrity? I think before we see the real thing, it is after this administration.
Okay, all right, Engineer Emmanuel. Yes. Okay.
Good morning.
We thank you. Well, I'm still having problems with connecting with my guest, Dr. Umar Kari of the Political Science Department of University of Abuja, but we're still, trying to get him on, scheduled to be the guest on this program, but it's been difficult till this moment getting him. But so let's continue with the conversation. You recall too that Vice President Atiku Abubakar had declared that we just put a state of emergency on security, because of the way it's getting out of hand, so to say. Your thoughts about that too? I'm still with your call, so let's get this call in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tony.
Good morning.
Yeah, first time calling.
Yeah, welcome.
You see,
what's your name? Your name, please.
My name is Leo.
Leo. Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's hear you, Leo.
Okay. Can I go on?
Please go.
Okay. I stand by the opinion of the River State Governor. Because, this man in Asorok, there are Mungonu.
Let's be civil with with the conversation.
That's what I'm not saying anything ugly now.
All right.
Okay. The man said they have the watch list of the people sponsoring this. But I call them. They call them criminals. I don't know why they are criminals. But they say they have the watch list of those people, and if they do not cease, they will expose them. What stop them exposing it? So if anything happens to Governor Otom, Buhari should be held responsible because they know the people sponsoring this group. Thank you.
Okay, Leo, thank you for first-time caller. We'll stay with your calls, and it's about the worrisome situation of security in the country. What we're getting is that nowhere is safe and nobody is safe. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How's work?
Work is good. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Mr. Franklin, a.k.a. Ezomenka from Iowa.
Mr. Fadri. Franklin, thank you. Okay. All right.
Please, I'd like to comment about the comment you are making this morning. You see, what's happening in this our country is security. Does it mean those people that are killing people, we don't have weapons to fight them? Look at our governor. Upon all the security that are following him, upon that they are attacking. Thank God that they did not die. Please, look at the way they are killing people. Especially in Kaduna State. Every day a person wake up in the morning, you hear they kill somebody, bandit. Why are they calling them bandits, sir? Why are they calling them bandits? I support my governor, Governor El-Rufai. I support him. How can you negotiate with them? You negotiate with them for what? What about the people they kill? Are they not a human being? Yeah? Negotiate with them. So we want them to sit down and negotiating with them to tell them congratulations. See, those money they are packing, let them use it and buy weapons to fight those people. Because it's not what they are promised or they are doing. They tell us they are going to, in 3 months, they are going to clear Boko Haram. So now they are still killing. And they are 5 years. And they promise us 3 months. Please, let this bandits or whatever they call it, or Boko Haram, let them stop. Let it stop. Please and please.
Okay, Franklin.
Because they are people, all those people, they are innocent. They are innocent human beings. They are not animals. Even animals, they don't kill them like that.
Okay, Franklin, we got you on that. Yes. Well, again, we understand the situation, and it's a concern for all that how did we get ourselves to this level of state of insecurity in the country? Concern from all over. It is not, it is not, to one region. It has taken all over the country, and all worried. So let's still continue with this conversation, and we're still with your calls. Just put your thoughts on the state of insecurity.
My GM, good morning.
Good morning.
What is the name?
All right, Kure, let's hear you.
Thank you. I keep on asking, whether in your station or other station, who did this thing to us in this country? I can never get answer. And up to tomorrow, I stay asking that question. Me, I keep on saying it. During the time the president came in, I say, even for nothing, even though his family that is going to rule us, let us have fear. Let us have fear democracy in this country. I don't know that I'm citing myself. But this issue of insecurity, Lloyd, I would have loved the president should suspend any other thing and put this insecurity as an emergency in this country.
Okay.
So that every common person will get his two eyes closed when he want to sleep. I had an low BP because of this insecurity. Honestly, I've never experienced this thing, but within these 2 years, I'm battling with low BP because of this insecurity of a thing, because it has touches me, it touched my family, it touched my wife's family. So I don't know where we get it wrong. If the president cannot secure our lives, let him resign. Voluntarily resign. There's no two ways. There's no shame on that, honestly. In as much as he's a retired general, if you cannot secure our life, let him resign. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kuri. It's as bad as it is, and we are all concerned. Again, I'm saying that with what the former vice president, had said, that's talking about the person of Atiku Abubakar, that a state of emergency should be declared on security. And what that means is that, all activities will be shut down until, the battle on securing the nation, lives and property, is won. That's, coming from the former vice president's perspectives. Your thoughts on that, too, will help this conversation. He's talking to the government because primary responsibility of any government is to secure the lives and properties of our citizens. But here we are, all at the mercy now of these bandits, terrorists, whatever name we give them, criminals, so to say, and they're all over. And so Nigeria, we know what this is doing to Nigeria. Businesses have crumbled. The international community are, pulling out of Nigeria and going to neighboring countries where, life and properties are secured. Now, all of that and what it is doing to our economy, people talk about investors and investments, but how do we bring investors in at this, with this level of, insecurity in the country? So it is affecting us. It is a thing of concern, and one that must not, allow government to rest until it is brought to a standstill. Young ones, since primary, secondary school students kidnapped in high institutions. Kidnappers walk into people's homes now, and the latest of it, of course, we had that of the governor of Borno State at one time. His situation is that he's dealing with the Boko Haram, terrorists. But again, it's spreading all over that even our leaders and the rule and the ruled are not safe now. So what are we doing? What do we do? Stay with your calls on this conversation. Still taking your calls on this conversation of insecurity and the situation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Michael Lobin, a first-time caller on this.
Oh, Michael, glad to have you as a first-time caller. Hello, good morning.
All right. I'm in support of that opinion of former Vice President Atiku.
Yes.
Looking generally on the insecurity aspect of the country, it leaves much to be desired. And my major concern is that these people are not feeding. Allegedly, most of them are the escort of the so-called leaders. If an the person of Sheikh Gumi can go to the forest and after coming back be telling us to negotiate with these people, it means that they are not feeding. They know where they are. Just that the government of the day don't want to do the needful. And until these people start attacking the so-called leaders one after the other, they will not do the needful. Imagine what is happening in Kaduna State. Entire country to be in our entire country. Honestly, the situation is very, very appalling. It's not commendable at all. I'm thereby calling all the notable people, let them echo their voices to the president. Let him do the needful. These people, how can they overwhelm the security aspect of our country? Can these people overcome all the soldiers we have in this country? The police? In fact, let them do the needful. We, the citizens, are no more finding it comfortable with the way they are directing, piloting the affairs of the nation. Let them do the needful.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, and God bless you.
We hear your concern here. Thank you. We are all concerned. It is worrisome. And some people say this may just tear us apart as a people. But again, some people have said, let's cry to God on these. And some have said that let government do the needful, all of that. My colleague is here with me in the studios, dashing about the situation that we have in the country. But I'll take her, after we come back from this commercial break. Welcome back. This is the program Perspectives this morning, and we're looking at the state of insecurity that we're going through and the concerns of all. Now that we know that no one is safe in Nigeria, that's confirmed. The leader, the led, and all of us are at the mercy of these terrorists, bandits, criminals, whatever name you want to give to them. Recall that Governor of Borno State, Governor Zulum, had his own experience too of having, attack on his person, and of course that's assassination attempt on him. Now the latest one that we're having is Governor Samuel Otom, the governor of Benue State, attack on his farm, assassination attempt on his person. So where is safe for us and who is safe? Our schools now, at secondary school level, at higher institutions, no one is safe. And now the high point of it is that they're now coming into our homes, to pick people up and demand for ransom. And that, again, is the height and level of insecurity. I'm still going by what former Vice President Atiku Abubakar said, was that declare a state of emergency on, the security situation in the country. And when you declare a state of emergency, we know what that means, that all concentration and everything would be on securing the nation. My colleague is here with me. My colleagues are here with me. I have Ehis Amon, who just walked in the studio. And again, I just want to get his thoughts about how we're going about this. My first caller on the program today, Musa Bala, had said that in his contribution, had said that we should not put ethnic coloration on handling or tackling security, and that's not going to do us well. The narration of it should be about securing Nigeria and our people, and it's not about one person or one group or one ethnic group or all of that. We should concentrate on just securing the nation and our people. Hey, Isabon, yes. Worried, Nigerians are worried. I know you are worried too.
Very, very. More so when I have a daughter that's also in a school outside my home where I can even provide immediate security for her. And it's so sad that security situation in this country has degenerated to this level. And Musa Bala called earlier saying that we should not put ethnic colorations to all of these. Yes, in an ideal situation, that is what it should be. But unfortunately, when this whole crisis started and a segment of the political class decided to use ethnicity and religion to tag the different fight against insecurity, that is what the result of that is what we are reaping today, which rather is unfortunate. If ab initio, when this whole crisis started and the then administration was fighting it, this is not hate speech or anything, but there was a call from a segment of the country and from a leader that said, you are killing my people, when they were fighting Boko Haram then. That was the call that came out from political leaders that are in position of leadership now, that you are killing my people. If everybody had come out then to call a spade what it is, a spade, and everybody had gone and fought and brought this into a standstill, we wouldn't find ourselves in the situation we are finding ourselves today. If, as at that point in time, everybody came out and fought these persons, today we wouldn't be having what we have because, one, the leadership of these bandits, terrorists, or whatever they are as at that point in time, had control over some level, had some level of control over their boys, if I would use that word. Over time, that first generation of terrorists or bandits that we had were wiped out. They had their lieutenants that did not believe in anything other than making money out of it. Let's even assume the first generation were doing it for a particular ideology. The next generation were strictly in it for the money. And after them, we've had so many other generations of lieutenants of these bandits and terrorists. And today, do the government even know who to discuss with? Do they even know who to negotiate with? Do they even know who the leadership of these groups are? Yes, Gumi had come out to say he discussed with some people, and they said the government abandoned them. That is why they are hitting back. But unfortunately, is it the government they are hitting back at? But rather, it's the average and ordinary Nigerian that they are kidnapping and dealing with. Just last week, a friend of mine that stays in Goningora said he came to the axis of Goningora, the area I used to call government land, that Domi area, down. And they were knocking on the doors and bringing up people and going away with them. And nothing that anybody could have done. It has gone that bad. Some 2 years ago, dogs were, these very expensive dogs were kidnapped. A ransom asked for. In Kaduna here, it has gotten that bad. Now, what we are saying is, let us all come out. Let's put politics aside. Let's put unnecessary ethnic and religious sentiments aside and face this thing. Because when it started then, if you recall, they were hitting just security personnel, police, majorly. They started with police majorly. Then after soldiers, they ran out of police and soldiers. They started hitting churches. They ran out of churches to hit. They started hitting mosques. They ran out of mosques to hit. They started hitting everybody. One day, they may turn on this nation as it were. And when we get to that point, where do we run to? So let us come out now and remove all forms of sentiment, because the greatest problems that we have in Nigeria is putting sentiments when we want to deal with things. Once we remove all of these sentiments, we'll be able to face it. Take for example, a whole governor being attacked. It has never gone this bad in the security history of Nigeria, and we need to do something now and not delay any further.
Dashen, let me get your thoughts here too before we go back to the lines.
Talking about the insecurity now, nowhere is safe. Nowhere. And I'm not just talking about the north. Nowhere. You go to the south, you hear of kidnappings. You go to the east, you hear of, police stations being torched and kidnappings as well, gunmen and all that. So nowhere is safe. The other day, when this kidnapping happened in Karji, I know that I did not sleep that night at all. And I know how many people, are in the same situation, not to talk of those who were directly affected. So something seriously needs to be done about it. If not, it'll just keep escalating, and only God knows, where, because they say, it's the way forward. It can only go forward. So only God knows what their next strategy will be. You talked about the governor being attacked. I heard he was actually coming back from the farm while he was attacked. How did they know where his farm was? How did they know where he would be at that particular at that particular time? It's slowly but surely, it's actually gradually getting to the leaders. And this is because they have actually failed to, protect us as citizens. You talk about, them being angry about the government and everything. Everybody, the masses are angry with the government because a lot of things is actually going wrong. Talk about, the price hike in food. Talk about fuel. Nobody is enjoying themselves in Nigeria. A lot of people are regretting being born or even being Nigerians. So should, their anger be focused on the masses? What do the masses actually have? And then you hear people being kidnapped and demanding 100 million naira. How? You hear somebody who actually grinds, what do you call it?
A small household milling machine.
Almost corn. And then they kidnap that person and then they're asking for 100 million naira. How? Where do you expect that kind of person to actually get money from? If they had that amount in the first place, would they have been doing what they're doing? So, something seriously needs to be done. If not, we're going to be in big trouble.
I get your drift, Dashen, and you're pained as all of us are pained on this matter. Thank you for your thoughts on that. I just want to rush in something, and that's what came out of the federal government has given its support that states should secure their forests. Now, that's the new thing that's coming up now, that states should secure their forests. And then we know that all this came about what Akeredolu of Ondo State had said, that he was going all out to protect his own forest, because that's the you know, that the state government has control over that. The federal government has come to put its weight on that.
Yes.
That yes, states should secure their forests. Now, what I want to get out of this, recall Amotekun, what they were doing, and going to the forest and then
to flush out and all that.
So, what is this now saying about, you know, securing our states now?
Yes, what this says is that first, the federal government have finally come to the realization that the land in every state is vested in the hands of the governor. Haven't accepted that. The next thing that the federal government should do now is that there's a need for us to tinker with our constitution, where there will be some level of control by state governors over, maybe they'll create a new form of arm of security or whatever, but that a governor must have to wait to get instruction from an IG in Abuja before even his constable can arrest someone, because the governor does not have a right to even tell his orderly to arrest a person. There should be some level of control given to the governors, and even still water it down to the local government. If you look at other climes, like in the US, I know that they have their state police, they have even their county, like sheriffs. The DPOs that we have is a position that people would aspire for. They will vote for them to be sheriff in their local government, their local area. If we have something like that in Nigeria, we'll be able to manage security to a large extent. Decentralization of our security architecture structure is a way to go to solve this problem. Now, Amotekun came into power, they are backed by the constitution, thankfully, in their states, and they are able to operate. What I want the federal government to also do is, in the constitution, as it were, let them give some level of backings to these regional or state security outfits. Maybe we used to have Jambangas. We used to have was it JTF? Before JTF, there was one before JTF that we used to have. All
in the East, we had one too.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say Bakassi boys because they took it beyond what they should. Okay. But what there are structures in every part of the country and in all states where locally people can manage their security, this thing wouldn't be as bad as it is today. Because look at it, even when you send the soldiers to any new environment, they must look for the local security of vigilante to show them the bushes, the trenches, and where they can carry out their activities. Why not empower these people? Give them some level of training. If they are going out of their line, that's when the federal can now come in to checkmate them, because of course we are human beings and we know that leaders and politicians would want to use security force in their control to do some things. But if we have measures to checkmate excesses and use for personal use of this local security outfit, I'm sure we'll be able to check all of this. Look at just this morning, I was discussing with my wife. My mom was supposed to go back to the village now because she's been, for like 2 years, she's been moving around all the children. But when she was speaking with my wife yesterday, she said she desires to go back. But how can she go back when everybody, because they mentioned it, a visitor came to my village to come to our house. Immediately said that, he said, we know the place. Is it not that mama that has big children in Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, and outside the country? We know her house. If she goes to the market and wants to, before she even mentioned, they say, we know your house. And I know how volatile my place is. And how, because all of this is actually started in that axis of the country. Because of that, even her, she's scared of going to the village. And every other person like that, many people are scared of going back to their homes because nowhere is even safe. And we cannot go on like this. We can't go on like this. The 2023 is just by the corner. And with this level of insecurity in the country, how many people would want to participate in the process? Because they feel very insecure. There are proliferation of light arms everywhere in the country. What level or what integrity would that election have when people are scared of going out? And even those that went out did not really vote what they wanted to vote out of fear and all of that. Like I'm saying, we must. It's not an option whether we should leave it till later now. We must now resolve these issues here. And I am so happy with what the Kaduna State government is doing, where he has drawn a line. No negotiation with criminals. Yeah. By the way, who are even the criminals you want to negotiate with? Do we know them? They are faceless. Of course, yes, maybe one or two persons claim that they have met with them and all of that. But the position of non-negotiation, I think, is the right position and the right way to go. Because when it becomes an open secret that kidnapper and the government negotiates with you, everybody, of course, there's already proliferation of kidnapping as it were now. It will not become a thing that everybody does. So whether we like it or not, we must put a stop to it. And most importantly, even all of us as citizens, that conspiracy of silence that has become a way of life, we should stop it. Wherever we stay, we see anybody that we don't feel comfortable with, say something, speak out, let them investigate. The person has nothing to hide, no problem. But if the person has questions to answer, of course, we are not saying that we are not saying that people will use it to settle personal scores. But it is important for us, when you see something, say something. That way people would know that, yes, everyone is looking out. And this unnecessary glorification of wealth in Nigeria, we should stop it. When we don't know the source of the wealth of someone, he comes around, throw some monies around, we not start to hail him, Baba, Labe, and all of that. No, we should stop all of that. Because these are also reasons why some people would aspire to go into such criminality. And until we check it, then we are in a very, very big problem in this country.
Hey, Sagbon, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. And Dashin, I also like to thank you for doing that. I have some few minutes to go. I'll just take calls again from outside, to have them as, part of this conversation about the state of level of insecurity in the country. 081 40,000 989 or 070 87 800 989. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
yes,
morning.
I'm Job International. Job International.
Okay.
My take about the state of the nation characterize the problem we are having in this country. Number one is the issue of insincerity from leadership, political will, and motion suspicion has come in between the Nigeria's electorate. And unless government has to take the political will to say and stand by what it says. Now in the appointment, it has become suspicious. In the body language, it has become suspicious. In the pampering of the security, government has not come seriously to say this is what they are doing. And he has left us in that. So if you suspect or you say anything is correct under this government, because they have given room for all this suspicion. I remember during Obasanjo, when there was problem in Bayelsa, he told Goodluck as deputy governor that there is problem of kidnap of expatriates. If you cannot rescue them before 10 o'clock in the morning, grass never grew in Bayelsa. He caught his online. Before 9 o'clock, those expatriates was rescued. You can see the political. This one, he will say, I will end Boko Haram. I will end bandits. I will, they have naked. And Garba Shehu, who was not having the mandate of Nigerians, will come and tell you.
Okay.
So now, they go.
Sorry, so the line is breaking. Can't get you clear. Oh, okay. But we got the more that we can from you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. We have problems with the line. Hello?
Hello? Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning.
This is Ocheme calling from Lagos.
Ocheme from Lagos. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, the streaming. Yeah.
Sir, I don't know whether our leader they know that this country is already sinking or is dead.
We don't want it to sink.
The country is sinking every day.
We don't want it to sink.
It's sinking, my brother. It's sinking.
We just don't want it to sink.
Nobody is willing to speak out. Okay. Nobody is willing to speak up. What are the people in the house and the House of Assembly and the rest. What are they doing? If this man cannot perform, can they impeach him? He say an indispensable person. He say an indispensable. This country is sinking every day. People are dying every day. People are no longer secure. And he still remains there, saying nothing. He cannot declare these people terrorists. Within a week, they also declare them terrorists. What is happening in this country? Can they impeach this man?
No, I mean we've not gone that far. We're not there, but we just want. We understand.
We one-sided. Why is everybody one-sided?
I understand. We understand your feelings, Cheme. We do understand your feelings. From Cheme called in from Lagos. It's as bad as it is, and everyone is concerned. We all love Nigeria, and we want it to remain as Nigeria. What we must do, and our actions, have been taken. But again, these actions must be moved further because, just like the concern of Cheme, things are just not working well, and it is you and I that can help to, salvage the situation. And this is where we just bring the program to an end. I'd like to apologize to my listeners this morning that Dr. Umar Kari, my guest by phone this morning from the University of Abuja, a political scientist, could not come on the program. We apologize for that. But we come back with perspectives tomorrow. Thank you for being part of it. Dashin, thank you for connecting with the people. Wisdom, thank you for putting us in the pictures. Good morning.